Welcome to MBWK and welcome back to episode 2 of the Kumiko pattern inspired design series, where you get to vote on and ultimately decide on which pattern you want to see designed next. So the votes were counted last week and the winner by only one single vote is this pattern right here. It's pattern number 2. It's the pattern that's on this gift box and also the lantern at the top here. If you are interested in the series, don't forget to vote. Every vote matters. It's very simple to do. Just type in the number of the pattern that you want to see next. At the end of the video, I will give you 5 patterns to choose from, and I will count them next week, ready for a video in a fortnight's time. Before we get into the design work, for those of you that don't want to wait for the release of the videos, I will leave a link in the description to my Etsy store where you can purchase these Kumiko inspired designs as a bundle pack, and there will be a 25% discount from the release of this video. So with all that being said, let's get into Lightburn and get to designing this pattern. So here we are in Lightburn. You can see what we are going to be ending up with. We've got our triangle and our hexagon underneath in the middle. We have the green panel on the left, which is our cut design. And then we have on the right here the black side, which is created for engraving. First of all, we are going to need a triangle. So we need to come across to the left-hand toolbar here, go to the polygon tool, hold Control and Shift and drag out a polygon. I'm going to put this onto a red layer, and then I'm going to go across to shape properties at the bottom and set sides to 3. That will make our triangle. Now, if I remember rightly, this is 50mm wide. Let's just double check that. Yeah, so width is 50. So just make sure that the padlock is closed, and that will keep the aspect ratio the same. Come across to the width and type in 50 and press enter. Next, we are going to need 2 polygons, and these are going to serve as a reference. So again, just hold Control Shift and drag out a polygon, and we're going to put them onto the T1 layer, as these are just for a reference, as I said before. Hold Control and rotate this round so the point is vertical. Holding Control moves the shape in increments, and we want this polygon pointing straight upwards. For the first polygon, we're going to need it to be 14mm wide. So just type in 14mm and hit enter. We're going to bring that to the center, and then we're going to make a duplicate copy. So hold Control and press D. And we want this polygon to be 7mm wide. So just type in 7 at the top once you have your duplicate copy. Now from there, we need to go to the pen tool or the draw tool and just select the green layer. We're going to draw a line from the top of the triangle to the side of the large polygon. Just hit escape because we want to leave that line separate. Same again, we're going to go from the top and bring it to the opposite side of the polygon. Then we are going to do the same with the other 2 points of the triangle. So we're going to select the point, and then we're going to join up the 2 green lines together. We're working off of this side. Press escape and do the same. Drag that line out to the bottom of the polygon. Press escape again. Then we're going to do the same to the bottom left-hand corner of the triangle. So we're going to select that corner, bring it over to the bottom of the polygon, press escape, then come back to the corner and bring it up to join to the other green triangle. From there, we're going to take the pen tool, and where these 2 green lines intersect, we're going to take our line from that corner, and we're going to place it on the opposite side of the small polygon. Hit escape to come out of that, and we're going to do it with the other 2 sides. So where these 2 green lines intersect on the outside polygon, click, drag it over to the opposite side of the small polygon and click to set that line. Press escape And we're going to do the same from the last side, so from the bottom to the top of the small polygon. Then all we're going to do is just take the select tool and just take out those T1 layers, which is the two small polygons. And there we have our starting point for our pattern. So same as before in the last episode, we're going to select everything and make a duplicate, so hold Control and press D. And we're going to bring these points together, make sure that they snap properly into place. Once you have two, we're going to hold Control and press D to make another copy. Bring that off to one side, and we're going to flip this vertically. And then click and hold from the point, and we're going to snap that into the middle of the other two triangles. From there, we're going to select those three triangles, make a duplicate of that. So again, hold Control, press D, move it out of the way, and then we're going to flip that as well. So we're going to mirror it vertically. Find the center of those three triangles, click and drag it to the center to make our hexagon. And now we have the baseline to create the rest of our Kumiko pattern. Now, unfortunately, I haven't found an easier way yet of doing this next part using the circular array tool. I can get one layer around the outside, but it's just, for me, simpler to just do what we did last time. So all we're going to do is create numerous copies of these. So we're going to press Control D, move it out of the way, find one of the corners and marry those corners together. Then select everything, hold Control, press D to make another duplicate copy. And then we're going to continue to expand our pattern. So again, once these are nested together correctly, hold Control, press D, make another copy. And like I said last time, just keep making copies of these until you get the size for your specific project. I'm just going to do one or two more. Control D, make that bigger. Perfect. So now we have our Kumiko grid. Now the next step is to offset this green layer. Somebody actually got in touch with me last video in the comment section and said that if you hold Shift and click the layer in the Cuts and Layers tab, it will actually select that green layer for you. So you don't actually need to go across to the Show column of the Layers window and click that to turn it off and then select it. Now you do have to be careful with this. If you do have a pattern already in your workspace, then when you do hold Shift and click that layer, this will also be selected. So if you are designing something, I would say make sure that it's on a different layer color, because if we go across to the Offset Shapes tool and we come down to 1mm, go both, delete original objects, you can see here that it's offset our design here, but it's also offset this design here as well. So it's a great idea. Just make sure that this is on a completely separate layer to anything else that you've got in your workspace. If you're designing this from scratch, you won't have that pattern up anyway, but it's something to be aware of. But thank you so much for getting in touch, because I got to learn something last week as well. So because I have this pattern up, I'm just going to do it my way quick because I don't want to change this layer. So like I said before, if this pattern is the only thing that you got in, all you need to do is press and hold Shift and click that layer, and you'll have your green layer selected. Then we're going to go across to the Offset Shapes tool, and we're going to bring this number down to whatever thickness you want your design to be. I like to have mine on corner instead of rounded. You can have whatever you want. We need to offset it in both directions. I'm going to offset mine to 1.25, and then we want to delete the original object. So it's going to get rid of the lines that we drew to begin with. Select OK, and we now have our green layer offset. just make sure if it isn't grouped for some reason, just make sure that whilst the green layer is selected, that it is grouped. So next what we want to do is select this red layer. So again, hold shift, click on the red layer in the cuts and layers window. Then again, what we're going to do is go to the offset shape tool on the left hand toolbar, and you can put in whatever distance you want in there. I'm going to leave it as 1. Make sure it's going both ways. Again, I like mine on corner, and make sure you're deleting the original objects, and then just select OK. And again, before you click off of your red layer, whilst everything is grouped, make sure you group that selection together. Then to finish this pattern off, we're just going to select both layers and then come across to the Boolean Union tool. So that's the second one down, the one underneath the weld tool. Select that, and we have our large scale pattern. To cut this out, so say again you wanted to make a panel for a lantern or one of the baskets that we've made in a previous video, all we're going to do is draw out the shape to the size that you need it for your project, and then we're going to just take the selection, move it to wherever you want the center of your design to be. Again, what I like to do is go to the pen tool and just draw a cross in the center of the pattern. Go to the select tool and move your desired shape over the center. Then select those two lines and delete that. Then all we need to do is select both the pattern and the panel that you want to cut out, and come across to the Boolean tool on the side. Just make sure that it cuts out the right way. So we're going to go to the Boolean subtract tool first. It's gone the wrong way. Don't panic. We're just going to press and hold Control and Z to undo that. Go back to the same Boolean subtract tool, click it again, and it's gone the inverse way. Just make sure that your pattern is being cut out the right way. So all of these sections are being cut out, they'll drop out, and your main pattern will stay behind. So that is correct. So there we have pattern number 2, the first pattern which people have voted on. Now, if you want to get involved, I'm going to leave up 5 pattern designs in a second. Just leave in the comments which pattern you want to see in a fortnight's time. I will count the votes within this week, and we will get that pattern designed in a fortnight's time. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Go check out the Etsy link in the description if you want to. Here come 5 more patterns for you to vote on. I'm so interested to see which one you pick. Thank you again, and see you all soon.